Holy shit, the Compass Project. What is the Compass Project? It is essentially 4 albums in one amazing project that represents the truest form of who I am, not just as an artist, but as a human being. This is a project I've wanted to do for many, many years. And there's a lot of aspects that go back to my roots. There's a lot of things that talk about the future and who I want to become and who I am right now in the present form and in this present moment. I think the best way to really describe it is that my internal compass has always guided me, whether I've known it or been aware of it or not. Now I'm acutely aware of my heart and my internal compass. And so I decided to make an entire project and all of these records that truly reflect the 4 key sides to me: north, east, south, west. The northern part of the record is a live album, all live. What's exciting about this is that I'm playing all of these great songs that have been so special to me in my career and in the lives of my fans and my family and my friends. Songs like Drink About Me, or A Few Good Stories to Tell, or She Drives Me Crazy, Anthem, Airwaves, Tough People Do, I Didn't Fall in Love with Your Hair. All of these songs are all recorded over the years in different locations in Canada, in the north. So you've got Airwaves, maybe live from the Calgary Stampede, or Drink About Me live from Toronto, or She Drives Me Crazy live from Ladies' Night Out in Huntsville, Ontario. I don't know. There are all these great versions of these songs in the North record. And then we've got the East record, Northeast. What's exciting about the East record is that it is an all-acoustic record that really pays tribute to love songs, songs about the land, and how much I love the singer-songwriter element of the country music business. So I was in the East Coast at Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia, standing right beside one of my best friends, Kevin Bushy, my tour manager. And Kevin and I were standing there at Peggy's Cove, and I said, how do we make an album? How do we make an album that is exactly this? Exactly what I see and what I feel right now. The salt in the air and the ocean waves coming out. How do I make an album like that? And he said, well, Brett, you've got a lot of these songs written already, like I'm Going Nowhere, or 10 Years From Now, or When I Get On a Memory. He said, you've got a lot of these songs about the land and about love and the great singer-songwriters of the East Coast. And that's when I really realized that maybe step number 1 of the Compass Project is to compile these songs and record these songs, and we did in such a special way, which makes this record, the East record, extraordinary. Now you've got the South record. The South record is the typical album I think everybody would expect, but I assure you it's far from typical because there's a lot of great surprises. I think there's some really special songwriting on this record. Also, there's a great cover of Cadillac Ranch, which we want to bring back into the fold, you know, for the new generation to enjoy. Bruce Springsteen started it, Nitty Gritty took it over, and now I'm taking it hopefully to another level. But the South record is my ode to Nashville and Music City, USA. So all the big records in country music, of course, are made in Nashville. I did some recording in Nashville. Of course, I did a lot of recording in Saskatoon as well with my friend Bart McKay. But what I'm really excited about for the South record are songs like Never Have I Ever, or Giving New Life to Ain't the Same with 98 Degrees, or honoring the song I wrote about our home called Our Home, which has been featured as the theme song for Travel Alberta for the last year. And then, of course, on the South record, we have an amazing song called Watch It, which there isn't just a piece of my heart in that song. I think my entire heart is wrapped up in that song. I'm so proud of how it's written, but I'm especially proud of the music video that showcases home footage of me, my wife, and our 4 beautiful kids. And then we've got the West album of the Compass Project, North, East, South, and finally the West album that'll come out this year. Why I'm excited about the West album is because we're really going back to my roots. Anybody who's ever followed me in my career in the early days, I'm talking when I was 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, I was singing cowboy songs, cover songs. It was all classic country, steel guitar, twin fiddles, small town. And this is a real ode to the West, of course, Alberta being my home. So I've got songs that I've written called Oil and Cattle. I've got this amazing song that talks about our family ranch, the Heritage Ranch where I grew up, and the legacy that my grandpa has built, as well as what my dad contributed to the ranch as a son-in-law, and how that partnership dissolved. My Uncle Derek and I were caught in the middle of all of that very, very, very messy separation. And the song Legacy tells the tale that, unfortunately, so many farm families go through when they're talking about their succession plan. But then we've got other great songs that are super fun, like one I wrote called the Crib Song. I was sitting in a deer blind, and all I was thinking about, because I wasn't seeing any deer, was getting back to the lodge and playing crib with my buddies. So I wrote a song about crib, the best card game in the world. I did also write a song called Deer Blind that's going to go on the West record. So the West record is so exciting because it really talks about my roots and the way I live my life when I'm not on the stage.